for Older Men Live. I am 𝗧𝗵𝗆𝗀𝗆. I'm so glad you are joining me today for a continual connection, just you and me, two men, a little bit older, going through the journey of life. When you come on to this live broadcast, make sure that you say hello, hello, hello. That's our Workouts for Older Men Live greeting. If you're watching it in the replay version, that is great too. We're doing this live this time every single night, just about, on Facebook at 𝗧𝗵𝗆𝗄𝗆 page and on my YouTube channel at 𝗧𝗵𝗆𝗆𝗄𝗆. If you are on my TikTok page at 𝗧𝗵𝗆𝗆𝗄𝗆 page and you're watching this on a replay version at 𝗧𝗵𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗄𝗆 on Instagram, on LinkedIn, or wherever you see this on my social media platforms, join us live, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Workouts for Older Men Live. We focus on fitness, the working out, the nutrition, answering any questions that you have, motivation, how to create systems, strategies to be more effective and efficient with your willpower, focus, energy, and time. Because I know you have a productive life and you want to be fit. It's just, how do you do it? There's so much information out there, right? And so everything I talk about, it's all from the perspective of our lives, our mindset, our values of older men. So whether you're watching me live in a replay version, live or in a replay version, make sure that you say hello, hello, hello. Post your comments, your questions, your suggestions down below. I'll acknowledge you for being here. I'll link you to, maybe if you have a question, I can link you to one of the many videos on 𝗧𝗵𝗆𝗆𝗄𝗆. So visit my website, 𝗧𝗵𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗄𝗆 often. Go to your favorite podcast platform and look up Workouts for Older Men podcast. Got over 100 podcasts that, just really have you focus on the basics that work, that are most efficient with your time. All the distraction, all the fluff, all the excess that you really get from most of the fitness channels, because they're bored with the basics that work. That's what you need to focus on, but they have to be clearly defined for you. You got to have certainty and confidence with them. So that newfangled new exercise or this diet or whatever, all those details, you got to be certain that's not the thing that you need to have the body that you want, right? So that's what this is all about. This is what Workouts for Older Men Live is all about. Also, like I said, when you come on to Facebook or YouTube, a lot of times I come in here, I love the energy, love the questions that you ask, right? So make sure that you say hello, 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 and you ask your questions, right? Whether you're on Facebook or on YouTube, right? Also, make sure that you're joining me. If you're an early bird, you want to get a start in your day, 5-minute workout, morning wake-up workout, game face on. Get your game face on, where we go through a 5-minute workout just to wake our body up, wake the muscles up, put you in that right mindset. 5 minutes. 5 minutes is all. Then we have a message today, and it's all from this Workouts for Older Men perspective, how we look at the world. All right, guys. Don't have any comments coming through. Let me just see if that is, there's no comments. All right. Or they're just not coming through. Oh, there's Deepak. Good morning. Wherever your part of the world is, Deepak. I'm so glad you're here. Motivation and nutrition. Motivation and nutrition seem to be the biggest topics that the men who come here, they have the most challenge with. Finding the reason why they want to do it. And I totally get it. I know that if you talk to a lot of the younger guys, I see it on TikTok, and they just say, just effing get to the gym. You're tired, just effing get to the gym, right? I mean, obviously, if you just effing get to the gym, you're going to make progress, right? But I understand that sometimes it's not that simple. I mean, getting to the gym, that's a great start. It is that simple. Don't want to provide excuses for you. But I also understand that if you're just say in your 50s or you're older, and now this part of your life after living 55 years on the planet, and you never really prioritize fitness, it's because you're busy, you're productive with your family and your business. A lot of us fitness professionals and coaches and influencers, we geared our life and our thoughts towards fitness. And so there's a lot of things that are really important to you that I know that I respect and admire, and I need to have more of what you have in your life. That's all taking up your willpower, focus, energy, and time. It's allotted, right? You work hard on those things. So just to add something, it's not that simple. Just to add this whole fitness lifestyle, especially if you're confused, especially if you're not willing to waste a lot of time with trial and error, and especially because of your confidence, because you work hard to be successful, like in your family or business or both. You don't like to just be a rookie, just be clueless either, right? So there's a lot of mental challenges besides just effing get to the gym. And I realize all that. All right. So I do think that most men who come to me, there's a saying that says, find out what the price of success is and then pay it. I know that you guys are hard workers. I know you're smart and you're willing to pay the price. It's just that the price, watching all these videos, it's just so uncertain. And you feel as though you're following it and you're not getting the results. You feel like you're wasting your time. If you're more certain what price to pay, regardless of what that price is, it's easy to be motivated. It's easier when you're more certain that it's going to pay off and you're not doing access or things that don't matter because it seems like there's so many different conflicting training and eating strategies. You'll do it. And it's less taxing on your motivation. And that's what I do. What's through my one-on-one coaching. If you really want to speed up this process, and down below in the comment section, I have all the different ways that I can help you reach your goals. Reach out to me, take a look at them, click some links. I've made some videos. I outlined everything that this coaching will do for you, simplify the process in your confusion, frustration, and overwhelm, get you accountable so it becomes part of you for a series of weeks. So it's just not information. Now you got to apply it. You got to do that work. And you're accountable to me to make sure you do it for a long enough period of time. See it working. Don't turn around and think you're doing something wrong when you're doing something right. Have that certainty. So then you feel it. It's more than just knowledge. You have the practical application, and it becomes a part of you. And I can take you through that process so you'll have it for the rest of your life, right? No trial and error, no wasted time and energy, just understanding how it works. A lot of different ways to help you if that's you. You have to take control of your fitness, and just watching videos, although they're helpful, it's just an inefficient way of learning. I can help you through my one-on-one coaching. Again, the description of all the different ways I can help you. There's links there. Click those links, and we can talk. We can talk before you make any commitment, because I can ask you a few questions. You can send me a picture, fill out a questionnaire. I know what the right program is for you, and then you just have to explain it to you, tell you its benefits, and then you get to make that decision. Whether you decide you want to go forward with the coaching, you won't have to make that decision when we talk about it. I want to spend some time getting to know you so I have the right program for you and that you're ready. It's a good fit for you. All right, so go into the description of this video. And if that sounds like you're a man who does what it takes to get what he wants, right, and that's you, then this coaching is for you, right? All right. I know that's like, I just rushed after my son's baseball practice. And, the bats nowadays, if you're familiar with this, it's a lot more complex than just a bat, for a 7-year-old like back in the day. There's all these certain bats have different sweet spots. They make it, if you're going to hit, it'll go farther, a bigger sweet spot on the bat. But it's got to be a certain recommendation for a certain age. They don't want, high school players playing with these, kind of juiced up bat. So you want the most efficient bat, right, without going over or under, right? You don't want your son using a high school limiting bat if he's just 7, right? And then there's the size, and then they compensate for the ounces. It isn't just like back when I played a long time ago, where if it was a 32-inch bat, it weighed 32 ounces. It's not like that anymore, right? And so they kind of have you in there where you're thinking, well, I don't want the cheap one, just the dull metal, right? And then, well, what about this one? And it's like, when it finally comes down to it, it's $80 here, $100 here. If you just want the best and, have the best advantage, and, not like, okay, well, it's cheap. I just got the best one, right? For him. So I didn't have to worry about that. Oh, I didn't leave it all on the floor, right? if you can relate to that, if you've got kids or grandkids, right? Well, if you're the type of guy that you want to skip all that uncertainty and just put yourself in the best position, that's who this one-on-one coaching is for. If you're like me, right, and you're, you start you want to start at a higher level because you know that level of success because you worked hard at your business. Is just that you've done it for 30 years, right? All right, so that's what one-on-one coaching is for. Like I said, ask me questions. I'll answer any of your questions. No. Hi, how are you doing? Right? Go to 𝗧𝗵𝗶𝗀𝗀𝗆 often. James has been watching the videos, and even after all the years I've been training, I'm still learning from Skip. Yeah, well, I appreciate, I really, because I do so much one-on-one coaching with a lot of guys with great physiques, they know a lot. All right. And sometimes it's surprising to me, just things that you miss, and it's different for everybody. And, if you really think about it, if you didn't have the right mentorship and then you got to a certain point and maybe you missed a few things that could make it better and easier and really make an impact, not just cosmetic differences. If you didn't learn it in year 1 or 2 and you look pretty good and what you're doing works, why would you ever, pull aside certain information if you didn't catch it the first time and you're progressing? You'll never use it. It just has to be explained in a different way. And I'm glad that you're finding that useful. One thing, I would say the biggest things that I see, the biggest challenges, and it's a mental challenge, especially if you look better than most, you're older, and what you've done has been working, but you just can't get to that next level. I'll say what's second in importance, right? But then I'm going to hit the first one. You should already know, if you've been with me long enough, you know what the first one is. The first one is when it comes to training. It takes a lot to get to the gym, to be consistent, right? To push yourself, right? But knowing the purpose of every set, what stimulates muscle versus checking off the box and finishing a workout. I'll tell you, if you're lifting weights, you're consistent, you finish your workouts, right? You're going to look pretty good. But if you know mentally how to break down what the purpose of every set and every workout, how to stack together set after set, you can be more productive in less time, less reps, less set, less exercise, less time in the gym. But if that isn't explained to you, if you miss it and you hear it, well, I heard that. That's what I'm doing. I train with intensity. You'll miss it forever. I don't care if you missed it in year 1 through 3, probably the rest of your 15 years of training, you're not going to get it. That's my experience helping out a lot of men who with great physiques, I got to a certain point. But the number one thing is nutrition. What you need to do, and it's not rocket science, but what you need to do and its effect on your body when it's done in a sustainable manner, right? What does it take to build muscle? When you want to lose that body fat, are you really losing muscle? Is that your perception? So all these things, this not understanding is why men, oh yeah, I got to get that nutrition. I got to get that nutrition. And they've been saying that for the last 10 years. Right? There's tons of information, but I know it's tough to weed out. That's what I do through my one-on-one coaching. And I throw it out there. Like I said, if you're on my email list, you probably got a welcome text from me. And I said, look, hey, you want to talk? Just let me know. I'll set up a time for you. And by the way, if you're new on YouTube or Facebook, text me at 925-352-4366. It's in the description, 925-352-4366. But I'll just tell you, I can give you the keys to the castle. And I do. I'm just telling guys, but there's just something that if you're not committed and it's just free information and it's like, oh, well, that sounds interesting. I kind of do that. And I'm telling you, I can look at your physique. How you're explaining, you're not getting it. And so I can tell you 32 times. I just, had a gentleman, reaching out and talking about, I need to work on my nutrition. I hear this all the time. I go, well, what are you doing? And I'll say, well, how many calories that you eat? The reason why I'm asking how many calories that you eat is because that's important. That's important in step 1, even to get to step 3, 4, and 5. If you don't know that, I know you've instinctively bumped around and got to where you are, but it's not going to get you to the next level. I'm asking you that for a reason. And I tell you, 3/4 of the men, oh, no, I don't count calories. But let me tell you what I eat. I'm asking that question for a reason, but I can't penetrate. Well, why should I know? What I got to do to know? Because it's simple to figure out what that number is and then go from there. But if it keeps on going through you, oh, well, let me tell you what, no, I never count calories. Why do you think I'm asking you that? I know why you keep on blowing it off, like I didn't say it, like you don't have to answer it, like it's not important to answer. That's what your challenge is. That's just step one. You got to know how many calories you eat. Now, I know you're talking to a fitness expert and he looks great. He at one time knew the value of food and he did know. But there's a time where you don't have to count calories anymore because you instinctively know it. But if you've been training for a couple of years, you kind of just stayed away some food and didn't eat too much, right? And you didn't know, it's not that complicated. But if you just keep on saying, I got to get back to nutrition, I don't know how many calories that I'm eating. And look, I just posted on my Facebook page. I do it for a reason. Why do you think I'm asking that question? And if you're saying that, oh man, I get to nutrition, my weak point is nutrition. You've been saying that for the last 2 years or 5 years or 10 years, right? And you don't know how many calories you're not even going to get to step one. You're just going to always be 20, 22% body fat. You're not going to even get on your journey, right? So this mental block, and I get it, it's common when it comes to nutrition. So that's what the challenge is with training, and that's what is nutrition. And that's what I talk one-on-one. I talk you through. Or with one-on-one coaching, because I can throw it out there. If you're watching my videos, the clues are there, but you don't know what to look for. And when you do see it, it's like, oh yeah. Another year that you missed it, the answer is that right in front of you. I tell you, with most men, they've heard what it takes, but then they hear it from me, the way I explain it. And it's like, it just puts it in perspective. They know how much emphasis to put on which specific things. And that's the key. And if you really think about in business, when men come to you and they, hey, how'd you get so good? Can you mentor me? It's just that mindset of knowing what to put the most emphasis, the most priority of all the things they do. They're just not putting on the right things, right? It's true. Sometimes less is more. It depends on what you're doing less of. If you're not doing it right, then it's never going to be more. And less is just less. Less is more when you know what you're doing and then you do that right. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for this Workouts for Older Men Live. I'm so glad you are here. Those are the two things that most men who want to get to that next level, they just miss. And they don't put enough attention. They don't crack the code. They don't even dig deeper to find the answers on those two areas. And that's what holds them back. I hope that's helpful. I hope that leads you to asking different questions, better questions, so you can get what you want. All right. Make sure you join me at 3:30 a.m. Pacific time, 6:30 a.m. Eastern time for the Game Face On 5-minute morning wake-up workout for older men. We wake up our bodies. I have a message all that's pertinent that, is about our experience that we're older. It's a great way to start your morning off, to get your body and your mind right, to take on the day with a sense of urgency and certainty. Right, so let's do that. Let's take on the day with a sense of certainty. Our workouts, our eating, our mindset, connecting with the people we love, right? Working, producing at our job or our business. Let's do that with a sense of urgency. When we're a little bit older, we got more time behind us than we do in front of us. So have a great day.